Welcome, dear listeners, to 101 Ghost Stories. I'm your host, Greg, your guide through the shadows of the unknown. Here on this channel, we delve into the eerie, the unexplained, and the chilling tales that haunt our imaginations. If you find yourself captivated by the stories that send shivers down your spine, don't forget to hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe for more tales that will keep you awake at night. Tonight, we journey into the world of haunted hotels. These places, shrouded in mystery and darkness, each hold a secret, waiting to be unveiled. Lock your doors, turn off the lights, and join me as we explore the top 10 most haunted hotels. Haunted Hotel Number 10. The creeping shadows of the Crescent Hotel. Our journey begins in the small, serene town of Eureka Springs, Arkansas, where the Crescent Hotel stands as a grand and ominous reminder of a bygone era. Built in 1886, this majestic building hides a sinister past, one that has turned it into one of the most haunted hotels in America. The story begins with Dr. Norman Baker, a man with a vision, or perhaps a delusion. In the late 1930s, Baker transformed the Crescent into a hospital for cancer patients, promising miraculous cures without the use of surgery or radiation. But behind his charismatic facade, Baker was nothing more than a charlatan. He offered false hope to those desperate for a cure, subjecting them to painful and pointless treatments. Many of his patients, lured by his deceit, met a tragic end within the hotel's walls, their hopes extinguished by his cruel deception. Today, the Crescent Hotel is a haven for restless spirits. Guests have reported seeing shadowy figures wandering the halls, and the ghostly apparitions of nurses tending to invisible patients. In room 218, the most haunted room in the hotel, the spirit of a former stonemason named Michael is said to reside. Michael, a worker who tragically fell to his death during the hotel's construction, now spends his afterlife startling guests with unexplained noises, moving objects, and even appearing as a full-bodied apparition. Visitors often speak of sudden drops in temperature, lights flickering without reason, and the unmistakable feeling of being watched. One guest reported seeing the faint outline of a man standing at the foot of her bed, only to have him vanish when she turned on the light. For those brave enough to stay at the Crescent Hotel, be prepared. You may just find yourself sharing your room with the lingering shadows of the past. Haunted Hotel Number 9. The desolate halls of the Stanley Hotel. Our next destination takes us to the rugged beauty of Estes Park, Colorado, where the Stanley Hotel looms against the backdrop of the Rocky Mountains. Opened in 1909, this grand hotel is known for its luxurious accommodations, but also for the dark presence that lingers within its walls. The Stanley's most famous ghost story centers around room 217, a place where reality and the supernatural blur. It was here that Stephen King, the master of horror himself, stayed one fateful night. Awakened by a series of inexplicable occurrences, King experienced a chilling nightmare that would inspire him to write one of his most famous works, The Shining. The room is said to be haunted by the spirit of Elizabeth Wilson, a former head housekeeper who was injured in a gas explosion in the room in 1911. Elizabeth survived the explosion, but her spirit seems to have never left. Guests report seeing her ghostly figure tidying up, unpacking suitcases, and turning lights on and off. But Elizabeth isn't the only spectral inhabitant. The hotel is also home to numerous other spirits. The grand piano in the ballroom sometimes plays itself, its keys moving as if guided by invisible hands. The sound of children's laughter can be heard echoing through the hallways, even when no children are present. In the eerie quiet of the night, guests have felt cold drafts, seen shadowy figures darting through the halls, and heard faint whispers that seem to come from nowhere. One particularly chilling account comes from a guest who stayed in room 407, where the spirit of a cowboy is said to reside. She woke to find a figure standing at the end of her bed, tipping his hat before vanishing into thin air. The Stanley Hotel may offer breathtaking views and luxurious rooms, but for those seeking a truly unforgettable experience, it's the spectral residents that make this place truly unique. Enter at your own risk, and you may just leave with a story of your own to tell. And now, let us move on to the next haunted abode that awaits us. Haunted Hotel Number 8. The Sinister Secrets of the Queen Mary. Our next haunted destination takes us to the port city of Long Beach, California, where an imposing and grandiose ship rests in its final berth. The RMS Queen Mary, once a luxurious ocean liner that sailed the North Atlantic from 1936 to 1967, now serves as a hotel. But beneath its veneer of elegance and history lies a labyrinth of dark corridors haunted by the past. The Queen Mary has seen its share of tragedy. During its years of service, it was responsible for the untimely deaths of numerous crew members and passengers. One such story is that of a young sailor named John Petter, who met a grisly end when he was crushed by the heavy doors of the ship's engine room. His restless spirit is said to haunt the ship to this day, and visitors have reported seeing his ghostly figure wandering near the spot where he perished. One of the most eerie locations on the ship is the first-class swimming pool, now long abandoned. It's here that the sounds of children's laughter still echo, despite the area being devoid of life. Some guests have seen wet footprints leading away from the pool, disappearing into nowhere. The ghost of a woman in a 1930s bathing suit has also been spotted, lounging by the poolside or diving into the non-existent water. The ship's corridors, once bustling with activity, are now a warren of unsettling silence. Cold drafts sweep through the hallways, whispering voices float on the air, and the sensation of being watched is omnipresent. One particularly disturbing tale involves the spirit of a young girl named Jackie, who drowned in the pool and now roams the decks, searching for her lost teddy bear. Guests have heard her plaintive cries and seen her small, ghostly figure peering through the portholes. The Queen Mary is more than just a relic of the past. It is a monument to the spirits who remain bound to its decks, unable to find peace. For those who dare to explore its haunted halls, be prepared to encounter the shadows of its troubled history. Haunted Hotel Number 7. The Ghostly Guests of the Hotel del Coronado. Our next haunted retreat takes us to the sun-drenched shores of Coronado, California, where the Hotel del Coronado stands as a beacon of Victorian grandeur. Built in 1888, the Hotel del has long been a symbol of opulence and splendor. Yet, beneath its bright facade lies a darker, more mysterious undercurrent, whispered through the ages. The most famous specter at the Hotel del Coronado is that of Kate Morgan, a young woman whose life ended in tragedy. In 1892, Kate checked into the hotel under a false name, hoping to meet her estranged lover. Days later, her body was found on the hotel's steps, a revolver clutched in her hand. The circumstances of her death remain a mystery, and many believe her spirit is still searching for answers. Guests and staff alike have reported numerous sightings of Kate's ghost. She's been seen wandering the hotel's hallways and staircases, often appearing as a sad, forlorn figure in a black dress. Room 3327, where she stayed, is particularly notorious. Those who have dared to spend the night there have experienced flickering lights, objects moving of their own accord, and the feeling of being watched by unseen eyes. But Kate is not the only ghostly resident. The hotel is also known for its spectral children, whose laughter and playful footsteps can be heard echoing down the empty halls. Guests have seen the apparition of a little girl, dressed in Victorian clothing, who seems to appear and vanish without a trace. The grand, old elevator has been known to operate on its own, as if guided by invisible hands. The ghostly activity doesn't stop there. The hotel's crown room, with its vast wooden ceiling, has been the site of numerous unexplained events. Guests have reported hearing strange noises and seeing shadowy figures flitting through the room. Some have even felt a cold, clammy hand brush against them, sending shivers down their spines. The Hotel del Coronado may offer the charm of a bygone era, but for those who venture within its storied walls, it also offers a chilling glimpse into the supernatural. A stay at this hotel may leave you with more than just pleasant memories. It may leave you with a haunting story of your own. As we move on to our next haunted destination, prepare yourself for even darker tales that lie just ahead. Haunted Hotel Number 6. The spectral silhouettes of the Fairmont Banff Springs Hotel. Our next stop on this haunted journey takes us to the majestic mountains of Banff, Alberta, Canada, where the Fairmont Banff Springs Hotel stands as a symbol of both luxury and mystery. Built in 1888 by the Canadian Pacific Railway, this grand hotel is often referred to as the Castle in the Rockies. But beneath its magnificent facade lies a history steeped in tragedy and spectral sightings. The most famous ghost of the Banff Springs is that of the tragic bride. Her story begins on her wedding day, a day that should have been filled with joy and celebration. As she descended the grand staircase in her flowing white gown, a flicker of flame from one of the candles caught her dress. In a panic, she stumbled, fell, and met her untimely death. Now, the bride's spirit is said to haunt the staircase, eternally replaying that fateful day. Guests have reported seeing her ghostly figure descending the steps, her dress aflame, only to vanish when they rush to help. The hotel staff often hears the faint sound of a bride sobbing in the corridors, a haunting reminder of her tragic end. Another spectral inhabitant of the Banff Springs is the friendly bellman, Sam McCauley. Sam worked at the hotel in the 1960s and was known for his jovial nature and impeccable service. Even after his death, it seems he has not left his post. Guests frequently report encounters with a man in an old-fashioned bellman uniform who helps them with their bags, only to disappear before they can offer a tip. One guest recounted how Sam appeared to unlock their room door when they found themselves locked out, his ghostly form disappearing as soon as they entered. But these are not the only spirits that roam the halls of this grand hotel. Guests have spoken of seeing ghostly children playing in the hallways, their laughter echoing through the empty corridors. The sensation of cold hands touching them, the inexplicable feeling of dread in certain rooms, and the sight of shadowy figures lurking in the corners are all common occurrences. For those who seek the grandeur of a bygone era, the Fairmont Banff Springs offers a glimpse into the past. But for those who dare to look deeper, it reveals a darker world, where the spirits of the past still linger, unable to find peace. Haunted Hotel Number 5. The Malevolent Spirits of the Langham Hotel. Our journey now takes us across the Atlantic to the heart of London, where the Langham Hotel stands as a testament to Victorian elegance and sophistication. Opened in 1865, this grand hotel has hosted royalty, celebrities, and dignitaries from around the world. But beneath its refined exterior lies a history filled with dark secrets and ghostly apparitions. The most infamous room at the Langham Hotel is room 333, a place where the line between the living and the dead blurs. It is here that guests have encountered the spirit of a German doctor who, consumed by madness, took his own life after murdering his wife. This tragic event has left an indelible mark on the room, and the doctor's ghost is often seen wandering its confines, his hollow eyes staring into nothingness. Guests who have stayed in room 333 have reported a range of terrifying experiences. The lights flicker on and off, the temperature drops suddenly, and strange noises emanate from the walls. One guest recounted waking in the middle of the night to see a shadowy figure standing at the foot of the bed, its eyes glowing with an unnatural light. Another described how they felt an unseen force pressing down on them, making it impossible to move or cry out for help. The Langham is also home to other restless spirits. The ghost of a German prince, who jumped to his death from a fourth-floor window, has been seen roaming the hallways, dressed in full regalia. He appears as a forlorn figure, eternally trapped in a state of sorrow and regret. Guests have reported seeing his ghostly form gazing out of windows, as if searching for a way to escape his spectral prison. Another spectral resident is the spirit of a man dressed in Victorian clothing, believed to be a former butler. He has been seen in the hotel's corridors and in the basement, where the clinking of silverware and the faint sound of ghostly footsteps can often be heard. Guests have also reported seeing a shadowy figure pass through walls, and hearing inexplicable whispers that seem to come from nowhere. The Langham Hotel, with its luxurious rooms and historic charm, offers a glimpse into the grandeur of the past. But for those who venture within, it also reveals a world where the souls of the departed remain trapped, their stories etched into the fabric of the building. As we prepare to move on to our next haunted destination, remember, each of these places holds a secret, a dark tale waiting to be told. And sometimes, those secrets are closer than we think. Haunted Hotel Number 4, The Dark Past of the Biltmore Hotel. Our journey into the world of haunted hotels brings us now to the city of Los Angeles, California, where the historic Biltmore Hotel stands as a beacon of luxury and timeless elegance. Opened in 1923, this grand hotel has hosted countless celebrities, dignitaries, and even the Academy Awards. But beyond its glamorous facade lies a history filled with unsolved mysteries and ghostly encounters. The most famous ghost story associated with the Biltmore Hotel is that of the Black Dahlia. In 1947, Elizabeth Short, an aspiring actress, was last seen alive at the Biltmore's bar. Days later, her mutilated body was found in a vacant lot, and her murder remains one of the most infamous unsolved crimes in American history. The specter of the Black Dahlia is said to haunt the hotel, her ghostly form appearing as a pale woman in a black dress, her eyes vacant and sorrowful. Guests and staff have reported seeing Elizabeth's ghost wandering the corridors and lobby, her presence marked by a sudden chill in the air. Some have even claimed to hear her voice, a soft, pleading whisper, asking for help or trying to tell her story. In the quiet of the night, the sound of footsteps can be heard echoing through the halls, as if she is still searching for the justice that eludes her. But the Black Dahlia is not the only ghostly resident. The hotel's grand ballroom, once the site of lavish parties and high society events, is now the haunt of a mysterious woman in white. Guests have seen her ghostly figure dancing alone in the empty ballroom, her ethereal form gliding across the floor as if caught in a never-ending waltz. The sight of her ghostly dance, accompanied by the faint sound of music that seems to come from nowhere, is both beautiful and chilling. Another spectral figure is the little boy ghost, often seen playing in the corridors and on the stairs. Dressed in 1920s attire, this young spirit is said to giggle and run around, as if he's playing a game that only he understands. One guest described feeling a small, cold hand grab theirs while walking down a hallway, only to look down and see no one there. The boy's laughter, innocent yet eerie, has been heard echoing through the halls, adding a haunting charm to the hotel's atmosphere. The Biltmore Hotel also has a haunted elevator, known for its inexplicable movements. Guests have reported the elevator stopping at floors unrequested, opening its doors to reveal empty hallways and the sensation of a cold breeze. Some have even felt an invisible presence riding with them, a ghostly companion that vanishes when they reach their floor. The Biltmore Hotel, with its opulent decor and storied past, offers more than just a luxurious stay. It offers a glimpse into a world where the line between the living and the dead is blurred, where the echoes of the past can still be heard in the present. For those who seek the thrill of encountering the supernatural, a stay at the Biltmore may leave you with memories that linger long after you check out. As we continue our journey through these haunted sanctuaries, prepare yourself for even darker tales and spectral inhabitants that await us in the shadows. Haunted Hotel Number 3, The Phantoms of the Omni Parker House. Our next haunted destination takes us to the historic heart of Boston, Massachusetts, where the Omni Parker House stands as a landmark of elegance and intrigue. Established in 1855, this grand hotel is not only famous for its luxurious accommodations and historic significance, but also for the eerie tales and ghostly figures that roam its halls. The Omni Parker House is steeped in history, having hosted countless notable guests and events. However, it is the spectral presence of its founder, Harvey Parker, that has left an indelible mark. Harvey Parker was a meticulous man, known for his hands-on management style and attention to detail. It seems even in death, he has not relinquished his role as the hotel's vigilant overseer. Guests and staff have reported seeing Parker's ghostly figure, often described as a tall, elderly man in 19th century attire. He is frequently seen inspecting the hotel's rooms and corridors, ensuring everything is in perfect order. One guest recounted waking up in the middle of the night to find a man standing at the foot of the bed, watching intently before disappearing into thin air. Another guest described an encounter in the elevator, where the apparition of a distinguished gentleman nodded politely before fading away. The hotel's third floor is particularly notorious for its paranormal activity. It is here that the ghost of a famous actress, Charlotte Cushman, is said to linger. Cushman, who passed away in 1876, is often seen walking the halls in a flowing gown, her presence accompanied by the faint smell of lavender. Guests have reported feeling a sudden cold draft and seeing her ethereal form gliding through the hallway, her face a mask of sadness and longing. Room 303 holds a darker tale. It is here that the spirit of a long-deceased guest, believed to have taken his own life, makes his presence known. Guests who have stayed in this room have experienced a range of unsettling phenomena. The sound of a man's anguished cries in the night, lights turning on and off by themselves, and the overwhelming feeling of despair and sorrow are common occurrences. One guest described waking up to find the room's bathroom mirror covered in inexplicable fog, with the faint outline of a handprint appearing as if from the other side. The Omni Parker House is also known for its mysterious 12th floor, which, despite not existing in the hotel's plans, has been the subject of numerous ghost sightings. Some guests have reported stepping into the elevator, selecting their floor, only to find themselves on a phantom 12th floor where shadowy figures drift in the dimly lit corridors. One particularly chilling account involves a guest who found herself on this spectral floor, surrounded by whispering voices and shadowy forms, only to be abruptly returned to the correct floor when the elevator doors opened. The dining room and kitchen are not exempt from ghostly activity either. The smell of cigar smoke often permeates the air, despite smoking being prohibited, and the ghostly figure of a man in a tuxedo has been seen sitting at a table, only to vanish when approached. The clinking of unseen glasses and the faint sound of laughter from another time add to the eerie atmosphere of this historic hotel. The Omni Parker House, with its rich history and opulent charm, offers more than just a luxurious stay. It offers an encounter with the spectral past, where the echoes of those who once lived, laughed, and even suffered within its walls still resonate today. For those brave enough to explore its haunted halls, the experience may leave you with stories that linger in the mind long after your visit. As we move forward on this spectral journey, prepare yourself for even more chilling tales and haunted places that await in the shadows. Haunted Hotel Number 2, the spectral elegance of the Emily Morgan Hotel. Our second haunted destination takes us to the heart of San Antonio, Texas, where the Emily Morgan Hotel stands as a beacon of both elegance and eerie history. Originally constructed in 1924 as a medical building, it now serves as a luxurious hotel. But beneath its modern facade lies a past filled with tales of tragedy and paranormal phenomena. The Emily Morgan Hotel is located near the site of the historic Alamo, a location steeped in bloodshed and sorrow. Many believe that the spirits of those who perished in the Battle of the Alamo have made their way to the hotel, unable to find peace. Guests and staff alike have reported strange occurrences, from phantom footsteps to doors opening and closing by themselves. The elevator is particularly notorious for stopping at floors unrequested, as if guided by an unseen hand. One of the most haunted floors in the Emily Morgan Hotel is the 7th floor, which was once a psychiatric ward. Guests staying on this floor have reported hearing disembodied voices and the eerie laughter of unseen children. One chilling account involves a guest who woke up in the middle of the night to the sound of heavy breathing, only to find a shadowy figure standing at the foot of the bed. The figure vanished as soon as the lights were turned on, leaving behind a cold, unsettling presence. Room 1408, a nod to Stephen King's infamous room number, is another hotspot for paranormal activity. Guests who have stayed in this room have experienced lights flickering, televisions turning on and off by themselves, and the sensation of being touched by invisible hands. One guest described waking up to find the words, "Help me," written in the fog on the bathroom mirror, despite being alone in the room. The sense of being watched and the cold spots that appear and disappear inexplicably have made room 1408 a place for only the bravest of visitors. The hotel's basement, which once housed the morgue and crematorium, is also a hub of supernatural activity. Staff have reported hearing the clinking of chains, the sound of heavy metal doors opening and closing, and the inexplicable movement of objects. The overwhelming smell of burning and the feeling of being watched have left many employees reluctant to venture into the basement alone. The Emily Morgan Hotel, with its mix of luxury and history, offers more than just a place to stay. It offers an encounter with the past, where the spirits of those who lived, suffered, and died continue to make their presence known. For those who are intrigued by the paranormal, a stay at the Emily Morgan Hotel may provide an experience that is both unforgettable and spine-tingling. As we continue our journey through these haunted sanctuaries, prepare yourself for even darker tales and spectral inhabitants that await us in the shadows. Haunted Hotel Number 1. The Ghosts of the Grand Hotel. Our final and most haunting destination takes us to the picturesque Mackinac Island in Michigan, where the Grand Hotel, a sprawling and opulent retreat, stands as a testament to both luxury and lingering spirits. Built in 1887, this iconic hotel, with its majestic columns and sweeping verandas, has been a haven for vacationers and dignitaries alike. But beyond its stately appearance and historic charm lies a shadowy world of ghostly encounters and restless souls. The Grand Hotel's history is steeped in both grandeur and mystery. From its early days as a summer retreat for the wealthy to its current status as a national historic landmark, the hotel has seen countless guests pass through its doors. However, it is the stories of those who never truly left that continue to intrigue and unnerve visitors. One of the most famous spectral residents of the Grand Hotel is the ghost known as the Lady in Black. Legend has it that she was a Victorian-era socialite who tragically died on the property under mysterious circumstances. Her spirit is often seen gliding gracefully through the hallways and appearing in the hotel's ballroom, dressed in mourning attire. Guests have reported feeling an intense chill and the sensation of being watched when she is near. One guest described waking in the middle of the night to see her figure standing by the window, staring out into the darkness before disappearing into thin air. Room 217, rumored to be the hotel's most haunted, holds a particularly eerie reputation. Guests who have stayed in this room have experienced lights flickering, objects moving on their own, and the sensation of someone sitting on the edge of the bed. One chilling account involves a guest who awoke to find the words, "I'm still here," scrawled on the bathroom mirror, despite being alone in the room. The heavy, oppressive atmosphere and the inexplicable cold spots that appear and disappear have made room 217 a place for only the bravest of visitors. The Grand Hotel's fourth floor is notorious for its paranormal activity. This floor, once used as housing for hotel staff, is now a hotspot for ghostly encounters. Guests have reported hearing the faint strains of piano music, laughter, and footsteps echoing through the empty halls. The ghost of a little girl, often seen in Victorian clothing, has been spotted playing with a ball in the corridor, her laughter drifting eerily through the air. One guest recounted hearing a child's voice calling their name late at night, only to open the door and find no one there. The hotel's majestic porch, with its panoramic views of Lake Huron, is not without its spectral inhabitants. The ghost of a man in a top hat and tails has been seen strolling along the porch, gazing out at the water. He is believed to be the spirit of a former guest who took his own life after a failed romance. His presence is often accompanied by a sudden drop in temperature and the faint scent of cigar smoke. Guests have reported seeing his figure out of the corner of their eye, only for it to vanish when they turn to look. The Grand Hotel's ballroom, a place of elegance and celebration, also has its share of ghostly guests. The sound of phantom music and the rustling of unseen dancers have been reported by those who wander through the ballroom late at night. The ghost of a young woman, believed to be a former guest who died in a tragic accident, has been seen twirling gracefully across the floor. One guest described hearing the faint strains of a waltz and seeing the spectral image of the woman dancing alone, her face a mask of sorrow, before fading into the shadows. The Grand Hotel, with its stunning architecture and serene surroundings, offers more than just a luxurious retreat. It offers a portal to the past, where the spirits of those who once roamed its halls continue to linger. For those who seek a brush with the supernatural, the Grand Hotel provides an experience that is as haunting as it is unforgettable. As we conclude our journey through the top 10 most haunted hotels, remember that each of these places holds a piece of history and a touch of the unknown. The stories and spirits of those who came before us linger in the shadows, waiting for those brave enough to seek them out. And there you have it, dear listeners, the top 10 most haunted hotels, each with its own unique blend of history and hauntings. From the tragic tales of the Queen Mary to the ghostly encounters at the Crescent Hotel, these places serve as chilling reminders of the spirits that still walk among us. Whether you believe in ghosts or are simply fascinated by the mysteries of the past, these haunted hotels offer a tantalizing glimpse into the unknown. They stand as silent sentinels, holding the stories of those who lived, loved, and lost within their walls. And for those who dare to explore, they offer the promise of an experience that is both thrilling and unforgettable. As we close this chapter on our haunted journey, remember that the world is filled with places like these, where the past and present converge, and where the line between reality and the supernatural is blurred. So, the next time you find yourself in one of these historic hotels, take a moment to listen to the whispers in the dark, to the footsteps in the hallway, and to the stories that are waiting to be told. Thank you for joining us on this spine-tingling journey through the top 10 most haunted hotels. If you enjoyed this story and would like to hear more chilling tales, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to 101 Ghost Stories. Your support helps us continue to bring you the best in haunted history and ghostly encounters. Do you have a story of your own or a suggestion for our next tale? Leave us a comment or send us a message. We'd love to hear from you. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode. Until next time, stay curious, stay brave, and remember, the next time you check into a hotel, you might just check in with a ghostly companion. Sweet dreams and happy hauntings.